Coming into Moto 3, it's Tristan Pruitt, 1-1, Dane Pappas, 5-2, Ryder Skodras, 2-6, Schoolboy, 2. Final Moto on the line, 3,100 points up for grabs.
Looks like we got a little cushion here for Pruitt.
Yeah, Pruitt, the most consistent here in the class, and not only is he consistent, but it's at the top of the board with some double ones here in Schoolboy 2. We'll see if he can do what Hannah Jameson just did and complete the sweep. We've had several of those. I don't know if it's just me. It feels like there's been a lot of sweeps this year.
Been a handful, yeah. Tristan Pruitt, next up in this Schoolboy 2 Moto, has had a picture-perfect week, all except for his first Moto of the week. It was a number he probably would not like me to say over the air. They've all been ones, all the way across the board. I think the first one was an 11. So staying consistent with the ones, but here we are in Schoolboy 2, and Pruitt's got a chance to sweep.
There you see Pappas on the number 35 Kawasaki ride. Another solid finish for the California native, a second place in Moto number 2.
He'd like to put a stop to the sweep.
Yep, absolutely, and it certainly has what it takes to get the job done. And then a 2-6 for Ryder Skodras. So we'll see if he can jump back up to that early first Moto speed. And especially in conditions and a class like this, Kata, we know a lot of these riders more than capable of them. A lot of them probably have titles to their name already here at Loretta's. It almost makes it more start dependent.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a battle right here. Schoolboy 2 is an amazing class, very high talent level, one where we have seen a lot of lap times very close, all the way throughout the top 5, sometimes all the way back in through the top 10. So yes, we got to rip a good start as they get pointed down, make sure there's no problems. Mechanics will start to step away. The fans are backed away. They're like, God, it's hotter than I thought.
I was going to say, they're keeping those fans on to the very last second, doing everything they can to keep their riders cool. I'm sure Pappas, a monster rider himself, probably hanging out in that rider's lounge beforehand. It's probably 30 degrees cooler in there, K-Dub. They can watch the Flow Racing broadcast.
I saw you broadcasting down there, giving us the lowdown on the...
Yeah, I was working really hard.
It looked like
it. I promise.
Well, we're about to go to work here in Schoolboy 2 as the one is just about to go sideways. There it is.
Here we go. All comes down to this. Moto number 3, Schoolboy 2, BC, off and rolling. And I believe that's Pruitt on the back wheel. Can he grab the whole shot? How about it? Tristan Pruitt keeps the ball rolling here so far, K-Dub.
Yeah, that is not what the other riders are going to see. Look at here, the number 4 going to go to the inside as they head down the long short chute.
Trinity Bachelor trying to make a pass down the long short chute, but goes wide, and Pruitt cuts right back underneath, snatches the lead right back.
They're still going to be side by side as they get through. Wow, look at this. Got a battle in the front. Tristan Pruitt still in control of it at the moment.
Bachelor back to the inside, now headed back to Storyland once again, almost side by side as they toss it back into Storyland. The Kawasaki tries to go the long way around.
Little stand up in that rut for the number 4. Pruitt's going to drive out of that corner, take control of it for the moment. These guys were side by side, handlebar to handlebar through about 4 corners in a row. Fitch, Duff, Skodras going to be in the top 5 right now in the opening lap of Schoolboy 2, 12-17. Here they come.
Wyatt Duff in position to capitalize as well, looking at a potential 6-3-4.
Of course, go ahead.
Yeah, Jackson, we welcome him to the tower. I was just about to say, Jackson, yet another one of our on-track scholarship races here. Man, a huge shout-out to Andrea. I know you've been helping pass the checks out and stuff down there, but once again, it's impressive how many times we're seeing that QR code. I'll put it like that.
Yeah, it sure is, and it would only be right here in the Schoolboy 2 to have a little bit of money headed towards their education, so love to see it. Plenty on the line here in this one. They've got how much? About $1,700 worth of flow money that is up for grabs here in this moto, and plus quite a bit there for that scholarship as well.
Let's take a look. It's Pruitt, Bachelor, Fitch, Duff, and Hargrove, your top 5. Skodras and Pappas are back in the 6th and 7th place position, Kevin.
That's the battle on screen on Flow Racing as they work down that tricky straight. Going to be 3 wide for a second here as they head towards the long short chute. picking their line and where they want to be to line up for the 10 Commandments. 2 riders to the inside. Whoa, a slide out from the 21. Hargrove potentially lost a position to Pappas there as he was on the inside. Look at him fight the long way around. Little foot dab, but the 21's going to grab it back.
He was going for it, would not say die as the Suzuki goes wide once again and tries to get a better drive, headed back into Storyland. Oh, bobble there, feet off the pegs.
That's 2 bobbles there for the 21 in 1 lap. And now look, the 35 getting a little bit cross-rutted. It's going to give it back to the 21 again.
So how about it? You got to leave it all out on the track. They're hanging it out here in Schoolboy 2 early on. Still 17 minutes to go in this moto. As it wasn't too bad earlier, but that is now 20 miles of bad road, no doubt about it. As is this Fitch getting up into the mix as well. Look at the Yamaha rider. So it's Bachelor, Duff, and Fitch all wheel to wheel. As it looked like Duff was starting to move forward, but now it looks like McCaden Fitch, the one with momentum on his side. He tries to go up high through the sand sweeper, and wait a second, Hargrove's got something to say about it.
Hargrove taking the long way around right there, going to get a good drive, but not quite enough up the inside. Man, Hargrove putting on a show for us here in this one.
Man, and once again, it looked like Hargrove was moving forward, and now Pappas has re-entered the equation. Outside to outside for the 35.
Ooh. Wow, powered the Cowie around that corner, did Pappas. And look at the battle. 6 bikes on that straightaway. Now, the good news is, oh, a little mishap for Pappas again as the 47 of Skodras gets into the picture. We're going to go ahead and tell you that Tristan Pruitt is on rails as he has opened it up to almost 6 seconds. So don't forget about the leader out there turning a 150.6, but just behind them, it is a gang of riders going for it as they head back into Storyland side by side yet again.
Well, and to the point of Pruitt's consistency, he's been up front off the start, I believe, every single moto. And with that, you avoid these kinds of situations where one bobble can cost you big time. What are you seeing?
Yeah, 44 off the track of Duff there. Look at the 4s. We got Bachelor on the 4, we got Duff on the pair of 4s, and they are doing battle as they head down 20 miles of bad road. Wyatt Duff with a good recovery back in Storyland, holding the position.
Pruitt not just out front, but on fire at a 150.6. Duff, Bachelor, Fitch running 154s, and there were a couple 153s there as well. As look at this, the 4s go to work once again. Wyatt Duff having to deal with Trinity Bachelor in the Thor Sand Sweeper, and now the Yamaha of McCaden Fitch re-enters the picture, Jackson.
Man, this one is hard to keep up with, Zach. Here we go, the 96 machine going to set him up.
This is a perfect example of what we talk about when we say you got no breathing here at Loretta's. No breathing room at all. The second you think you're not on the offense, you're on the defense, the next rider's in line, and he wants your spot.
He sure does. Wanting the spot right now is the 96 machine. Fitch, he's had a decent week here this week at Loretta Lynn's. I'm sure wanting a little bit more, as all these riders do.
No doubt about it. Wants to end things with an exclamation point.
It's been a fantastic week of racing, and like you guys were saying, so much passing back. You're about to make a pass for the move in front of you, and you get past from the rider behind you. There's been a lot of counter-punching this week. The racing's been incredible, and even all the way back to like the Open Pro Sport with Zach Osborne. You know, it's like as soon as one guy gets by you, think, okay, he got by me, nothing left to worry about. Oh, no, there's another guy right on your tail.
Next in line, right there. And they're hungrier than ever. That's the thing. There's something to be said about every single position here. And so no settling down. And certainly no settling down here in Schoolboy 2. Pruitt going back to work on McCaden Fitch.
Got one rider down coming out of the 10 Commandments of Twisties. He's back up and running. I'll try to get a number.
The Suzuki machine now starting to put on a charge as he triples out of Storyland.
That was a 99 of Bailey that went down. He's back into the action.
Nice, good looking K-Dub. We talked about this being one of our on-track scholarship races. We have one of our on-track students and one of our apprentices here this week. Gage Dunham going to be in this one in that 13th place spot. He is battling it out back there. He's been swapping positions all race long in that 13th, 14th, 15th place.
Now, is he the gentleman that called a race?
He was. He called some of our
that's
micros
right.
with us yesterday. He did a great job. He's a seasoned veteran at this announcing game already, and as you can see, he is a seasoned veteran on the machine to be running up in the top 15 here in the Schoolboy 2.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's impressed me on the bike and on the bike all week long. Really comfortable, and once again, it's so great to have the analysis of someone that's not only been out there before, like we've got Sophie and Kevin, but someone who's out there this week talking about how the racetrack is currently here in 2026.
Zach, before this moto started, we were talking about the Schoolboy 2, the depth. Look at the top 7 riders turning nearly the same exact lap times.
Wow.
52s and high 52s and 53s for the top 7 riders.
That's what I mean. This is one of the deeper fields I feel like we've seen here in Schoolboy 2, Jackson. But what's crazy is that the most consistency is at the top. Pruitt, once again, getting that start, puts himself in good position early, and then we see the battle. And just like we're talking about, Hargrove down.
Hargrove.
He's been pushing it hard, guys.
And that's what it comes down to, is limiting those mistakes. When everyone can go fast, it all comes down to who can do it the longest without a small bobble. And this one, unfortunately, a big one for Hargrove.
Tough break for Hargrove. Looks like he's going to get shuffled back to the 8th place position. Tough break for the 21.
Well, he was hanging. Yeah.
Yeah,
no, I'm saying the same thing there. He was laying it all out here in this one, hanging it loose, as he knows this week-long motocross extravaganza is coming to a close. This is his final time on this Loretta Lynn's course and trying to do everything that he can.
Yeah, that was
maybe just a bit too much.
Little risking it for the biscuit, right?
Absolutely.
That's it, K-Dub.
Got to do it. Probably, hopefully, no regrets there, because he was going for it and he was in good position, and it had been working for him as well. We'd seen some miraculous saves, and also, it's not over yet. We still got 10 minutes of racing to go, so we'll see what the 21's able to do.
Pappas just overtaking the number 4 of Bachelor. Going to move Pappas up to the number 4 spot. Now, Pappas and Duff currently tied with 11 points. We also have a tie with 14 points between 4th and 5th. That's going to be the 96 of Fitch and the 47 of Skodras. So outside of the 111 of Tristan Pruitt, there's some math to be figured here.
Yeah, it's pretty wide open. And one would be affected by the other if positions move around, because they're all up inside that top 5 or 6.
Yeah, right now we're looking at Skodras, I believe, trying to make a run, but also up there for 2nd and 3rd is Fitch, is right on the heels of Duff as well. That margin of lead is 0.6 of a second. There they are on screen now as Duff and Fitch take that inside line. That's kind of one of the few times in this race I've actually seen guys one behind the other take the same exact line.
It certainly hasn't happened a lot, it seems, as a couple of KTMs going to work now. Looking at the 51 ride. That is Dunham, like we talked about, one of our on-track school apprentices, doing some great work out on the track, and also coming up and joining us in the booth, calling some racing yesterday.
I doubt he's like in his helmet, like calling his race while he's racing. I doubt he's doing that.
Okay, so to the inside.
Yeah. Hyping himself up, yeah. All right, here we go around the old tree turn. That's going to be Duff, still trying to hold off Fitch. Fitch still right on his heels, eating roost off that Dunlop.
Yeah, that's something else we've talked about. The amount of riders that I call it staying in the pocket, ready, not moving at all. And sometimes that's what you got to do if you're trying to make it happen.
Hargrove trying to claw his way back into it after a lap of crash about a half a lap ago. He was in that tight battle. Duff, Fitch, and Pappas went down for a sec. Trying to claw his way back into it through the Bermuda Triangle.
Yep, Bergeron doing a great job of playing a wide bike as they pass and put another lap in the books. Hargrove going to swing wide, sets himself up on the inside, and gets the pass made.
So the lap times have dropped just a touch, but the top 5 still right around that 54-second mark. All top 5 are in the 54-second mark. Of course, it's cruise control right now for Pruitt as he's sitting on about a 9-second lead, but we are not able to cruise if we're Wyatt Duff because Fitch is still right on the heels.
Well, to your point, we see how fast McCaden Fitch is running. He was at a 154.3, but your leader on cruise control, I'm saying with air quotes, at a 154.4. So even though he doesn't have to push, if this is a pushing pace for Pruitt, he's on fire. He's flying.
Yeah, you can only speculate that he's cruising. I mean, a 50 is his fastest lap time. That's a heater. So he's probably right in his comfort zone with that 54, managing his gap, but the depth of the class and the talent, there's battles all over the place. As this now has turned into a three-way battle as Pappas gets into the mix. Oh, watch out, Fitch. You wanted to make the pass. You're about to get past, sir. Hammer down, one to the outside, one to the inside. Here they go through the 20 miles of bad road.
Cato calling it straight. I love it as Fitch, offense switch to defense, looks back and finds himself in a Kawasaki sandwich here as he goes back to the inside, still trying to find a way to put a wheel in on Wyatt Duff. And Pappas trying to make the most of the opportunity.
I will say Fitch has been following Duff around maybe a little more than he should. He needs to be careful. This is a advantage, to be honest with you, to Pappas as he's able to watch where both the riders in front of him are going. He has no choice but to take an alternate line. You don't want to follow both of those riders.
Yeah, right now he's almost kind of sitting back.
Look at him around the outside. Look, Fitch to the inside, going to follow around. Did it cost him? I think it did. Yes, Pappas.
Oh, wait a second. Fitch. See if he comes back into frame. It looked like he had problems. That was weird. Almost looked like he lost acceleration right as Pappas was going around him.
You see the difference of what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Taking the different line. Fitch had been following around. Wow, what's happening here?
Boy, not just a different line. That was about as far over to the right-hand side of the track as you could get, launching his way through the commandments, up the inside. Pappas, 2 passes and essentially 2 straightaways.
Okay, now Duff is going to, look, you got to go. You just saw what it took from Pappas. Now look, Fitch going to take a different line now.
Little look over to a lap rider for Pappas, making sure he was clear.
And look at what that did to the podium. Pappas just a lap ago, I believe, was tied with Duff. The tie has been broken as now Pappas is in control, sitting on 9 points total. 44 Duff has 12 points, and Skodras currently in 5th has 13 points.
Ooh. Kawasaki skipping out underneath Wyatt Duff. He keeps it upright. Fitch now right alongside. Oh, he tried to cut back underneath. It looked like Duff blocked the line.
He was looking for it there. Fitch was. He wanted to go to the inside, but Duff had a great defensive move.
Through the Thor Sand Sweeper they go into that Bermuda Triangle. Once again, funnels right in behind the Kawasaki. McCaden Fitch trying to go to work. Duff almost up against the wall there. Whoa. Fitch launching into the face over the tunnel of love.
Fitch has to be getting frustrated. He's been behind the 44 for about, well, the entirety of this race, it seems like. He just watched Pappas go through both of them. That's got to be a frustrating part of this race for Fitch.
But to his point, he hasn't given up yet. You see him immediately regroup, recalculate, and go back to work.
I'm doing some math here in the front. Pappas is on the move. He has chewed in to Tristan Pruitt's lead. Pruitt had about a 9-10 second lead. That's a cruise kind of situation. But Tristan Pruitt last lap turned to 56.8 as Pappas turned to 52.6. He's gnawing away at it. Oh, who's down?
Oh, no.
Is that going to be the 35 of Pappas? Oh, my gosh, that's going to change things in the overall standings tremendously as he was in second place for the championship. Let's see. As they go past the segment, we will see how far that shuffles back with a 35.
Just when he was on a heater and gonna go down. Man, tough break for him. These guys, they're turning pro sport lap times here right now. The only difference is it is way hotter and way more beat up out here on this course.
Look at this, McCabe Fish back on screen. This time he's got the Kawasaki Duff behind him, so he makes it happen. And yeah, we'll see Pappas. Looks like settles into that 4th spot. It's going to be enough to hang on to the 2 spot, but now only got 1 point to play with.
You know, you wonder if that crash, we didn't see it on screen there, but I wonder if he was just pushing extra hard. He was making a run at Pruitt, had it down to about half of what it was the lap prior, And this Loretta Lynn track jumped up a bit of maybe a little lapse in judgment. Things coming at you really fast. Only 3 minutes to go. The 2-lap board out. So late in the moto and jumped up a bit of
Down to the wire here in Schoolboy 2 BC Moto number 3. And it's Tristan Pruitt out front. Was under some pressure, but a mistake from Pappas has opened it back up to 8 seconds now over McCaden Fitch. Wyatt Duff, Dane Pappas, and Skodras round out your top 5. As McCaden Fitch on your screen, trying to climb his way forward. Fitch sitting on a 7.4 and potential 2 moto scores, which would put him 4th overall.
There's the 70, getting himself a little TV time. It's hard to do when you get the whole shot and stretch it out 10 seconds, and there's so many battles going on behind you, all of them with championship implications. But now we're going to show some love to the 70 as he's back through Storyland. Super clean gear, super clean front number plate.
Dialed.
That's what happens when you get the whole shot.
Certainly makes things easier as Pruitt still making his way around. Fair amount of lap traffic up ahead. And yeah, still cruising, like you say, K-Dub. Pruitt now to the inside, getting ready to come past us here in the center part of the racetrack. And watching, I saw some yellow flags there. I did see where someone was down, but
it's going to be a lapper, so nothing to worry about for the 70. Back out to about an 8.5 second lead, so 1 to go for Pruitt as the white flag is now flying for he and the rest of the bunch. What's the pit board say there, boys? Perfection.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, you can't ask for much more, especially a whole shot wire to wire here in this one. Pruitt, talk about making a statement here, and what a class to do it in. Schoolboy 2, 12 to 17 BC. One more trip through the 10 Commandments. So long, folks. I will see you next year. That 10th commandment, got to bring it home on the last lap. I saw
off screen. Pappas is back to the heels of Duff as they threw the 10 Commandments. Pruitt going to be in control of this one. I think Fitch is comfortably in second, I believe, but Duff has his hands full with Pappas with about a half a lap to go.
Yeah, now entering into Storyland, getting ready to go up and over that triple. It is the Kawasaki boys going to work, less than a second between them.
There they are on screen.
Great job from the crew there picking this up as Duff and Pappas go back to work once again.
A little bit of a mishap for Duff in Storyland as now Pappas is right to the heels. Inside, is he going to launch? They're going to be side by side going down 20 miles of bad road.
All going to come down to the last few parts of racetrack. Pappas been swinging way out wide, letting the Kawasaki dance. But a great drive from Duff this time. The short way around pays off. And he is running out of time to 35.
A little bit of lap traffic not going to affect these two as they battle it out.
Meanwhile, your leader entering the Bermuda Triangle, getting ready to be looking at a checkered flag and a perfect week here in Schoolboy 2. Make some noise for the 70 of Tristan Pruitt.
Yeah, style check.
I love it. He is fired up, and as he should be. What a ride for the 70 this week. Taking it down to the line, and it will be Fitch and Wyatt Duff rounding out your top 3 in the Moto. Your overall top 3, it's Pruitt, the 35 of Pappas, and the 44 of Duff. 1, 2, and 3.
Pappas aggravated with that one, no doubt.
Yeah, certainly got to wonder what would have been. He was on the charge. KW picked it up, had dropped that lap time big time, and but also props to him, never gave up and was fighting all the way down through the checkers.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, that was all for pride.
Yes.
As there was no chance he could take Pruitt with the perfect scores. But it didn't matter. He just wanted to prove that he's a bad dude. He is still a bad dude. That doesn't get affected by one position, but you could just see how much he wanted to make the pass on the 44 when it literally did not mean anything for the outcome of this championship.
No, maybe a Moto medal on the line and a little bit of pride on the line. That was about it. But this young man on screen, the 70 machine of Pruitt, I'm sure he's going to have a lot of pride here leaving Loretta Lynn's.
I mean, you know, it's a bold strategy to wear white-colored gear like that, and that thing is crystal clean. I mean, what a performance.
Think that went into his whole shot? He's just like, I don't want to get this gear dirty.
Motivation.
There we go.
Do it for me. Rocky Mountain ATV MC Top 10. Tristan Pruitt, McCaden Fitch, Wyatt Duff, and Dane Pappas. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Ryder Scodras rounds out your top 5. Cannon Hargrove, Trinity Bachelor, Jonathan Bergeron, Brendan Harrison, and Christopher Harris round out your top 10 in the Moto. Overall wise, super consistent at the top of the field. Like we said, Pruitt sitting on that 1-1-1, and the battle of the Cowies, Pappas not able to overtake Duff, but gets the best of him in the overall picture here for Schoolboy 2. A 1-1-1, simple math. And then Pappas, a 5-2-4, Duff 6-3-3 for 11 and 12 points. And then Fitch and Scodras tie with 13 points, going 4th and 5th in your overall standings here for Schoolboy 2. We'll get ready to show you that Amsoil Rapid replay for how it happened. And consistency pays off, especially if it's right from the jump. KW, see the neon boots over the back fender of that Husky machine. Pruitt wasted no time making it happen.
No, he got on the back of that Husky and just let her eat.
No question about it.
And he continued that throughout the moto. Had a couple of tip overs here. One for Hargrove as he picks up the 21. Hard fart challenge. He was going for it. He was going for broke. And unfortunately, the track bit him. That's not all the action on the track. We had Cowie on Cowie for quite a while, as well as Fitch in the mix. Fitch going to move up to second place as we watch the 35 of Pappas make a small mistake. He rebounds nicely and gets back into the mix. And look, the Cowies still together.
Yeah, once again, find themselves going to war as the number 70 gets the job done, lands with some style, and the fist pump start gets the job done. A champion here at Loretta Lynn's in the Schoolboy 2 12-17 BC class. And we're going to get ready to hear from them down on the podium. Sophie Phelps standing by.
Thanks, guys. Down here on the podium, we're getting ready to talk to our bronze medalist and 3rd place overall. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together as we welcome Wyatt Duff. All right, we'll get that bronze medal. $250 from Flow Racing. Wyatt, great work this week in one of the most prestigious classes at the ranch. Tell us about it.
I've been kind of struggling all week, finally starting to put some motos together in this class. Got off to a way better start and just rode my race.
That you did do. What are we going to see from you after the ranch?
Hopefully race some of the combines and futures and just keep charging.
We hope to see you there. Who would you like to thank?
The Lord Jesus Christ, my Savior. Everybody here is supporting me. United Motorsports, Fox, Oakley, Monster Energy, Team Green, Pro Circuit. Everybody from the Dog Pound, Burner, all the Lawrences, Dan Truman, my mechanic Pooh, Ron, my mom, my dad, my brother, my uncle, my aunt, everybody here. Thank you.
There it is from Wyatt Duff. 3rd place overall and bronze in the moto. Next up, we will welcome up our silver medalist. We're looking for McCaden Fitch. gentlemen, round of applause for Caden Fitch. Well done in that moto, and a very hard effort to earn that silver medal. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, I actually finally got off to a really good start, so that was a plus to start. And yeah, I struggle with my first laps, and that's something I got to work harder on and fix. And yeah, Tristan's on point this year, and yeah, so I mean, I made the best out of it. I never gave up, and I know for sure I'm the strongest rider out there at the end of the moto. So that's a plus for me. Now we just got to figure out the beginning, and yeah, it was a good week though.
So we can look forward to more from you next year.
Oh yeah, for sure. Next year we're coming for dominance.
Sounds good. And who would you like to thank?
I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, Lord Jesus Christ, keep me safe. The whole Altus Blue Crew Yamaha factory amateur team, Ed, Donnie, Jordan, all of them over there. I can't thank them enough. They've had my bike great all week. And yeah, Bell, 100%, Moose, Alpine Star, Monster, Mike and Nick over there. They helped me out a ton, and I'm truly grateful for that. And yeah, Dr. Brianna, she's been keeping me healthy all week. And yeah, just everybody else, MTF, Colleen, Brian, Big B, Jacob, all of them over there. They've been kicking my butt this year, and yeah, it was a good week overall, and I just can't thank everybody that's around me and supports me enough. You guys truly, it means a lot, so thank you.
There he is, Caden Fitch, with an awesome ride into silver this moto. Next, we'd like to welcome up our second place overall finisher. We'd like to present to him a check from Flow Racing. We're looking for Dane Pappas. Here he is, a round of applause. Second place overall. All right, thank you, Dane. Congratulations on that second place overall. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the one you've been waiting for. We're looking for Tristan Pruitt. There's Tristan Pruitt. You won the championship. We're looking for you up here on the podium. Here he comes. With 1-1-1 moto scores here in Schoolboy 2. Put your hands together for Tristan Pruitt, your champion. Tristan, congratulations. That is an awesome stack of hardware that you're coming home with. You're going home with this week.
Yeah, feels super great. Yeah, I won 5 out of 6 motos. Wish I could have got the first one, but glad I could turn my week around, and yeah, just super fun to be up here all weekend.
Now, you had some pretty impressive lap times there, faster than any of your competitors. How did you prepare for this race and manage to pull off those incredible lap times and wins?
Just down at the Baker's Factory, we've been having a lot of fun. You know, I love cycling with my buddies, chatting it up for 4 or 5 hours every weekend. Can't thank Timmy enough. He does it all with us. And yeah, he's a great trainer, Alden, Justin down there. They have unreal tracks. Can't thank him enough for prepping it all the time. And yeah, we just put in a lot of fun work down there, and glad I could show it.
Love to hear it, Tristan. We've got Chris. He's from Flow Racing, and he's going to bring up your $1,000 check. Very grateful for Flow Racing stepping in, getting all of our champions $1,000 checks. Tristan, what are you going to do with $1,000 from Flow Racing?
Give it to my dad, go to the casino, double or nothing.
That might be the most exciting answer yet. Tristan, who would you like to thank for helping you get up here?
Lord, for keeping me safe. My parents, my grandparents, all my family, friends back home. I really couldn't do it without all their support. This Husqvarna machine's ripping out there. Can't thank Darian, Jen over there enough. I got a couple hole shots this weekend. The bike's handling unreal with my TCD suspension. Thank you, Tim, Dave, and Heather over there. Rob Fox at Dunlop hooking it up. FMF Joel giving me the best power I can get out there. Pro Taper bars. Chris and Jen over at 110 Racing Gear. This gear's custom for me. Super cool of them to do that. Mid-American Salt, EcoGuard, the best sidewalk salt anywhere you can get. Go check them out online. They're in Home Depot, Lowe's, a lot of the stores. Aaron Kane over at Oakley, keeping my vision clear. Danny at Bell Helmets. Nick and Mike over at Monster. Can't thank them enough for all the support. Got a couple bonuses from them this week, so that's really cool. Just everyone, it's a whole team that makes this happen. Tamer Whole Shot Devices, giving me the whole shots. Everyone else, Jason over at EVS, just thank you all so much.
Well, congratulations, Tristan. That's quite the list. We've still got Haley. She's from On Track School. She's going to present to you some scholarship money and yet another check. Thank you very much, Haley and On Track School. And last, but certainly not least, we have the #1 plate. This is Willie Browning. He's from the AMA, and he's going to present with a handshake and a smile your national championship plate. Congratulations, Tristan Pruitt, your 2026 national champion in Schoolboy 2. Back up to you boys in the tower.